Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear class. And today we are going to start a new topic, but it is basically the addition of the previous topic. So today we will study that what are the factors that affect the chemical equilibrium. We have studied a lot about the chemical equilibrium, and we have studied when the collective different equilibrium constants, how they appear in equation, and how can we calculate when more than one equilibrium constants are present, and we can also calculate the quotients and what are the quotients. Everything we have studied, but now we will study about the factors that affect the chemical equilibrium. So here we have basically four factors that affect the equilibrium. The one is the concentration, the pressure, the volume, and the temperature. So when the any one of these factors affect the produce any change in the chemical equilibrium, it will shift in either the forward direction or the reverse direction to attain again the equilibrium. So the Le-Chatelier principle, या Le-Chatelier law is also the basics of the changes in these factors. ठीक है, तो जब भी इनमें से किसी फैक्टर के अंदर भी कोई चेंज प्रोड्यूस होगा तो इट विल शिफ्ट इक्विलिब्रियम टुवर्ड्स फॉरवर्ड और टुवर्ड्स बैकवर्ड to balance that change, or we also represent this change in the form of stress. So we can say when the stress system gets stressed in any way, in way of concentration increases or decreases, in the way the temperature of the system changes, in the way the pressure of the system changes, or the volume changes, so the system will affect it, and it will shift either in the forward direction or again in the reverse direction to balance that system to attain the equilibrium. So what is the Le-Chatelier principle? It is if an external stress is applied. External stress means anything of concentration, volume, pressure, or temperature. If it gets stressed, and at equilibrium, the system adjusts in such a way that the stress is partially offset as the system reaches a new equilibrium position. So, if an external stress is applied to a system at equilibrium, the system adjusts in such a way that the stress is partially offset as the system reaches a new equilibrium position. So, this stress will be compensated in any direction. So, what is stress? Now you all know about it. That what type of stress here is it? It is basically the concentration, volume, pressure, or temperature. So whatever the stress, the system will move accordingly. First, we will discuss about the concentration. That if we change the concentration of either reactant or product, then reaction will move in either forward direction or reverse direction. So here we have the two conditions. Like if we have the condition in which increases the concentration of reactants, then the equilibrium will shift in either direction. So obviously when we increase the reactants, it will make more products, so reaction will move in forward direction, and the forward direction is towards right. Similar is the case with the when we increase the concentration of the products, so it will shift towards backward direction, mean towards left, and the more reactants will be formed in order to equilibrate the system. Similar is the condition is shown here, that if we increase the products, just the equilibrium will be shifted towards left side, and if we decrease the product, it will shift towards the right side to make more product. And similarly, if we increase the amount of reactants, so equilibrium will shift towards the right to make more product, and if we decrease the reactants, it will move towards left to make more reactants to equilibrate the system. Here we have an example of iron thiocyanate, and it will be converted into the ferric ion and thiocyanate ion. So the iron thiocyanate is our reactant, and the product will be iron or ferric ion, or and the ferric ion plus thiocyanate ion. So we have different colors of reactants and products shown here. when the solution will be at equilibrium stage, we can say that the orange color solution will be resulted. And if we increase the reactant of thiocyanate, then the equilibrium will move towards more reacted side, means towards left side. And if similarly if we increase the concentration of ferric ion, similarly again the iron thiocyanate will be formed more in amount. And if we increase the reactant, that is the iron thiocyanate, then system will move towards the forward direction, means towards right, and more ferric ion and thiocyanate ion will be formed to equilibrate the system. Here we have an example number 14.11. A condition is given to you at 720 degrees centigrade. The equilibrium Kc for the reaction is 2.37 into 10 to minus 3. And in certain experiment, the equilibrium concentration of nitrogen and hydrogen are also given. The molar concentration of ammonia is also given. Suppose we add the more ammonia in the reaction, that will increase from 1.05 to 3.65. So according to Le Chatelier principle, what will be the reaction side now? And we have to calculate the quotient, or we can say the QC, at this new condition when we have increased the amount of ammonia. So what is asked from us? Number A, use Le Chatelier principle to predict the shift in direction of the net reaction. That it means that in which direction now equilibrium will move. And the second one, B part, is confirming your prediction by calculating the reaction quotient QC and comparing its value with the Kc. We have learned a lot about this type of experiments or this type of examples in our previous lectures. That what if the QC is greater than Kc, then what will be the direction of the reaction, and if the QC is less than Kc, then in which direction will be the equilibrium constant move, equilibrium will be moved. So strategy is here. What is the stress applied to the system? How does the system adjust to offset the stress? इन ये सारी चीजें हैं जो हमें इक्विलिब्रेट करने के लिए सिस्टम क्या करता है कि वो स्ट्रेस को कंपनसेट करता है. At the instant when some ammonia is added, the system is no longer at equilibrium. Obviously अब हमने प्रोडक्ट्स चेंज कर दिए तो सिस्टम इक्विलिब्रेट नहीं होगा. उसको इक्विलिब्रेट करने के लिए किस साइड पे मूव करना होगा. तो वो हाउ डू वी कैलकुलेट द क्यूसी. हमने एक तो इक्विलिब्रियम की तरफ वो मूव कैसे करता है, हमने क्यूसी फाइंड आउट करना है. और QC की वैल्यू से ही हमें अंदाजा हो जाए कि हमारा सिस्टम जो है वो इम्प्रूव कर देंगे कि वो मोर रिएक्शन साइड पे, मोर रिएक्टेंट्स के साइड पे मूव करता है, मींस टुवर्ड्स लेफ्ट जाता है या टुवर्ड्स राइट जाता है. So by putting all the values of the molar concentration of our reactants and products, we obtain the quotient QC 2.86 into 10 raised to power minus 2, and our KC was 2.37 into 10 raised to power minus 3. So 2.86 is greater than 2.737 into 10 to minus 3. So it will move from right to left until QC becomes equal to KC. So practice exercise is given that will be solved by yourselves. And then the change in volume and pressure. When we talk about the volume and pressure, we actually talk about the gases, because in case of gases, our volume and pressure of the gases changes. So as these two elements get changed, then the conditions of the system are changed, and it will have to equilibrate itself from moving towards right or left accordingly. So change in pressure primarily only concern gases. Concentration of gases are greatly affected by pressure changes and volume changes according to ideal gas law. We know the ideal gas law, that is PV is equal to nRT. So P is equal to N over V RT. And if we change the pressure and volume, so by increasing the pressure, system or equilibrium will move towards the fewest moles side. And the similarly in decreased in pressure, so it will move towards the most mole side. यानी कि अगर आप देखें ना कि अगर प्रेशर हम इंक्रीज कर देते हैं तो जिस साइड पे कम मोल्स होंगे वो उस साइड पे मूव करेगा, क्योंकि हमें पता है, हम लास्ट इक्वेशंस में भी देख लेते हैं कि P जो है वो डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है, प्रेशर डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल N के. मींस N अगर हम V यहाँ ले जाएं तो मोल्स के डायरेक्टली प्रेशर है, डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल है. मीन्स अगर हम प्रेशर इंक्रीज करते हैं इट मीन्स इस साइड पे मोल्स भी इंक्रीज है, तो फिर हम लेस मोल्स वाली साइड की तरफ रिएक्शन मूव करेगा ताकि इंक्रीज्ड प्रेशर जो है वो कॉम्पनसेट हो उसके। इसको हम मजीद एग्जांपल के साथ यहाँ पे सॉल्व करते हैं। अब ये आपके सामने एक एग्जांपल है जिसमें हम प्रेशर चेंज कर रहे हैं, तो ऑब्वियसली प्रेशर चेंज हो रहा है तो वॉल्यूम भी अकॉर्डिंगली चेंज हो रहा है। तो इस हमारे पास यहाँ पर 3 एग्जांपल्स हैं जिसमें से हमारे पास लेड सल्फाइड और ऑक्सीजन की एग्जांपल है, लेड में और सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड में कन्वर्ट हो रहा है। तो स्ट्रेटजी को हम पढ़ लेते हैं पहले कि स्ट्रेटजी बेसिकली क्या है। यही जो मैंने आपको एक्सप्लेन किया वही चीजें यहाँ बताएगी कि चेंज इन प्रेशर कैन अफेक्ट ओनली द वॉल्यूम ऑफ गैस बट नॉट दैट ऑफ सॉलिड बिकॉज सॉलिड एंड लिक्विड आर मच लेस compressible. The stress applied is an increase in pressure. According to Lee Shetler principle, the system will adjust to partially offset the stress. In other words, the system will adjust to decrease the pressure. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया ना कि वो डिक्रीज प्रेशर करने के लिए वो किस साइड पे मूव करेगा, जिस साइड पे नंबर ऑफ मोल्स कम होंगी. दिस कैन बी अचीव्ड बाय शिफ्टिंग टू द साइड ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम that has fewer moles of gases. Recall that pressure is directly proportional to moles of gases. जैसे हमने देखा है कि P is directly proportional to number of moles. तो हमारे पास क्या है कि कंसीडर ओनली द गैशियस मॉलिक्यूल्स, हम सिर्फ गैशियस मॉलिक्यूल्स को कंसीडर करते हैं। तो हमारी जो फर्स्ट एग्जांपल है उसमें 3 मोल्स ऑफ ऑक्सीजन हमारे पास रिएक्टेंट साइड पे हैं और हमारे पास 2 + 2 4 2 मोल्स, ओनली 2 मोल्स ऑफ गैसेस जो है वो हमारे पास प्रोडक्ट साइड पे हैं। तो लेस जो है वो हमारे पास प्रोडक्ट वाली साइड पे मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं। सो इट मीन सिस्टम जो है वो हमारा प्रोडक्ट की साइड पे मूव करेगा। यही बात यहाँ पे डिस्कस की हुई है कि कंसीडर ओनली द गैसियस मॉलिक्यूल इन द बैलेंस्ड इक्वेशन, देयर आर 3 moles of gaseous reactants and 2 moles of gaseous products. Therefore the net reaction will shift towards the product side, means towards right side, when the pressure is increased. In similar, in the second condition, B condition, we have phosphorus pentachloride and it is converted into the phosphorus trichloride plus chlorine. So we have 1 mole of reactant and 2 moles of product. So if we increase the pressure, it will move towards the reactant side, means towards the left side to make more reactants. In third case, we have hydrogen and carbon dioxide, and in result we have obtained the water and carbon monoxide. All the phases are in gaseous form, so we have to sum all the reactants and products, and the 2 moles of reactants and 2 moles of product. So in this case, number of moles of product is equal to number of moles of reactant. So a change in pressure has no effect on equilibrium. So it is a different condition in which if we have the equal moles of both sides, then in change in pressure will not affect the equilibrium. Similarly, we have a practice exercise that you people all have to solve by yourselves. Next, the change in temperature. We have 2 types of reactions. One is the exothermic reaction and another is the endothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction both are different in terms of temperature required for them. So the changes in temperature will also affect differently in both conditions. In case of endothermic reactions, energy is required or temperature, more heat is required to run the reaction, while in case of exothermic reaction, heat will be generated as a result of the reaction. So if we increase the temperature, it will favor an endothermic reaction, and a temperature decreases favors the exothermic reaction. यहाँ पे आपको एक्सप्लेन भी किया गया है कि जब हम टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज करते हैं तो के जो है वो एंडोथर्मिक रिएक्शन का के डिक्रीज हो जाता है और एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन का के जो है वो इंक्रीज हो जाता है। सिमिलरली जो है अगर हम एंडोथर्मिक की बात टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज की बात करें तो जो हमारा एंडोथर्मिक रिएक्शन है उसमें के इंक्रीज होता है एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ डिक्रीजिंग टेम्परेचर, और अपोजिट इज द केस विद द एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन। जैसे आपको एग्जांपल बताई गई है कि हमारे पास N2O4 है जिससे NO2 बनता है। इसमें फॉरवर्ड रिएक्शन जो है वो एब्जॉर्ब करता है हीट, मींस एंडोथर्मिक रिएक्शन है। तो हीट जो है अगर हम टेम्परेचर हम मजीद हीट प्रोवाइड करते हैं तो हमारे पास जो है उसमें रिएक्टेंट्स ज्यादा बनेंगे। सो द रिवर्स रिएक्शन रिलीजेस हीट, जैसे एक्सोथर्मिक रिएक्शन है। तो चेंजेस इन टेम्परेचर क्या इफेक्ट करेंगे ये आप लोगों ने खुद मुझे बताना है। और सेकंड चीज जो है वो इफेक्ट ऑफ कैटलिस्ट। ये आपके असाइनमेंट के 2 क्वेश्चंस हैं जो आप लोगों ने कल सबमिट करानी है। ठीक है, मैं असाइनमेंट डाल दूंगी, आपने इसके अंदर बताना है कि इफेक्ट ऑफ कैटलिस्ट कैसे इफेक्ट करता है और टेम्परेचर जब चेंज होगा इस केस में, इस एग्जाम्पल के केस में, तो ये कैसे इफेक्ट करेगा। किस तरह से ये रिएक्शन को फॉरवर्ड और रिवर्स सिचुएशन में लेके जाएगा।